I use Claude every day, but for months I was using it like everyone else, typing questions, typing prompts, and just hoping for great answers. Then I figured out how to give it expert level knowledge on any subject I want in around 60 seconds, and the output became next level. Let me show you. In this video, I'm going to show you how I turn Claude from a general purpose AI into a specialist on any topic. I'm going to use health and longevity as an example here because I'm genuinely interested in this, but also because when it comes to health and longevity, generic AI doesn't cut it. You need expert knowledge grounded with data, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to get in this episode. I'll show you a generic version. Then I'm going to show you a version with over 10 hours of content from Andrew Huberman, Bryan Johnson, Peter Attia, and more, all queryable inside of Claude, expert advice. The difference is ridiculous. So here's what most people don't realize when using ChatGPT and Claude. When you ask either of those tools a question, like what's the best sauna protocol for longevity, or how much zone 2 cardio should I be doing every single week? These tools will give you an answer, and they're going to sound really confident. But where's that answer actually coming from? It's coming from patterns of training data, which means it's an average of everything that's ever been written about saunas and zone 2 cardio. Medical papers for sure, but also Reddit threads and X posts and affiliate articles. Essentially, people giving opinions and advice with no credentials. What it's not doing is referencing Huberman's protocol and cross-checking what Peter Attia says on the same things. It's not looking at what Bryan Johnson is doing and where he's at with his longevity protocol either. It can't do that because it doesn't have structured access to what all three of those people in this example are actually saying. So let me show you exactly what I mean, because this is about to change the way you use ChatGPT and Claude moving forward. So here I am in Claude, and I'm going to do what pretty much everybody does right now when they want information on any subject, especially a specialized subject as well, health, longevity. And they come over to Claude or ChatGPT and fire a prompt in for answers. And you know that the AI tool is trained on data all over the internet. It can also search the internet as well in many cases. So you're probably going to get a really good answer. But I'm going to show you in a moment how this, what appears to be a good answer, is actually a really poor answer. And you can level this up dramatically. But let's take a look at this first. So I'm going with a specific prompt here. So I'm not just asking, hey, give me a health routine, or tell me what to do to live another 10 years. I'm actually going to go into the sauna area here. So I'm trying to optimize my health and longevity. I use a sauna regularly, and I want to make sure I'm getting the maximum benefit from it. Give me specific science-backed sauna protocol for cardiovascular health and longevity, exact temperature, exact session duration, how many sessions per week. I'm going deep on this in relation to giving specifics. So I'm not just saying, give me a sauna protocol. I want specifics, and I want it to then have to think about and go a bit deeper than just a standard prompt, just a one-line prompt. So I'm not just giving it nothing, I'm giving it something to work with. Now, one of the things I want to show you first here is if you drop this down here, you can see right away where it's grabbing its data. Now, in a lot of cases, you will find it goes from just its training data. However, here, and this is a bit interesting as well, and again, it's going to be interesting looking at this as well when we see the next prompt, but we've got the user wants a science-backed sauna protocol. I have good knowledge on this topic from research by Dr. Rhonda Patrick, the Finnish sauna studies, etc. No need to search. So it's not going to do any recent searches. It's not going to go across anybody's content or anything like that. It's just going to go off its training data. Now, it's interesting that it's picked out Dr. Rhonda Patrick here, and also Finnish sauna studies. These, again, are specific. So I'm going to get specifics from two areas here. So we've got a science-backed sauna protocol for cardiovascular health and longevity. So we have got temperatures, This is from the landmark Finnish studies. We've got session duration, 20 minutes based off of this study. So it's good because it actually has cited a study here. Again, you're going to find when you run these prompts, every single time you do it, it's going to be slightly different, and it doesn't always cite an actual study. So that's actually pretty good. We've got sessions per week. I'm having a look through here, supporting studies. So it's gone based off of these studies. And then it's giving me a, what should I do before and after? And again, that before and after, when I'm just scanning there, effectively, that could be just what you get in Google. I'm pretty sure if you type in Google, what should I do before and after using a sauna? It's probably going to give me exactly this. So that's very broad, very basic. Then we've got a quick reference. Now, what's interesting is it said Dr. Rhonda Patrick, but I'm not seeing any reference in the actual answer here. I'm seeing references to the Finnish study, but it did mention Dr. Rhonda Patrick here. And there's no citation I can see or any reference to where it's taken content from her specifically. And she has really good content on this stuff, which I know already. And it's mentioned her by name, but it hasn't put her on any of this content. It's very, very high level. And again, that's what most people do. And this is not a terrible response. It's an okay output, but many think this is a great output and this is the be all and end all. But let me show you the difference by switching this up and actually giving Claude, in this case, actual knowledge from these experts, including actually Dr. Rhonda Patrick. So I'm going to use a tool to help Claude actually give me specialized knowledge. And that tool is my tool. It's called Sumify. Now, what Sumify allows you to do is if you head into your account here, you have pods. Now, these pods are knowledge pods. As you can see, I've got a bunch of them in here, and you can create a pod on anything. And within these pods, you can add content. That could be YouTube videos. It could be studies. It could be articles. It can even be voice notes, anything. And within these pods, they get summarized, they get deep dived, and they get embedded. And we embed them so that AI tools such as Claude can actually come and make queryable searches and actually query all of the content within these individual pods within your account. So I've got a pod down here called Health and Longevity. So if I click on Health and Longevity here, I've got over 17 hours of content in here. Now, we have content from Dr. David Sinclair on the Diary of a CEO podcast. We've got Peter Attia on Joe Rogan. We've got Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who obviously AI cited before, but never really used anything from her or didn't say that it did. Well, I've got an actual full episode here on sauna and cold exposure. We've got Bryan Johnson in here on sleep, Bryan Johnson on Lex Friedman. We've got Huberman episodes, a Huberman episode with Dr. Rhonda Patrick directly, a Huberman episode on the benefits of deliberate heat exposure. The same for Bryan Johnson. So I've got over 17 hours of content from experts on this particular subject. Now, when I head back over to Claude here, you can connect Claude to Sumify. Now, this is really easy to do. Inside your Sumify account, if you go over to your account here and you scroll down here, you can see you can connect via API or MCP. So you can connect directly to Claude, ChatGPT, Claude Code, or your agents if you're using AI agents. And it takes 60 seconds. I'm not going to show you how to do that on this video. I just want to show you the results. So this time we're going to go with this particular prompt. And I'm going to fire this over to Claude now. And this time we're saying query the health and longevity pod via Sumify MCP. Start with get pod brief to load the expert frameworks, protocols, then use search content for specific details. I use a sauna regularly and want to optimize my protocol for cardiovascular health and longevity. And again, this time I'm asking it for specifics from these people. Now, as you can see already, and I showed you before, when you click on this tab here, it shows you what Claude is doing. So it showed before it was going from its training data. It referenced a couple of studies. It referenced Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and said, that's what I'm going to give you an answer on, but didn't really reference or didn't really cite anything. So what we're doing now is I know that it isn't just making it up. It isn't just going to get really high level content from Google or search or training data. It's actually using my pod from the content I want it to use. So as you can see here, it's listed the pods out. It's loaded the tools. It's listed the pods. It's found the pod. and now found both the pod and the dedicated sauna pod. So I actually have a sauna pod on there, which you may have seen when I was on the pods page. So it's actually going to reference to, I was only expecting it to reference this one, but it's actually going to reference to cross-reference those, which is great. Let me load the expert frameworks from both, then do deep targeted searches. Rich framework loaded. Now let me go deep across all 4 experts. So it's now searching through that particular content. So let's take a look at what it actually comes back with. Okay, so I actually paused the video there because it took a few minutes to do that, but that shows the depth this has now gone down. Again, the prompt isn't really long. The prompt is just this. But because we've now given it actual knowledge, it's taking its time, it's researching, it's cross-referencing all of that pod knowledge. So as we can see here, look at the difference in this response now. I now have rich grounded data, everything I need for grounded synthesis. We've got expert protocols at a glance at the top. Huberman, Rhonda Patrick, she's in here. I'm Bryan Johnson. We are getting the exact temps they're recommending. So we can see across all 3 of these in one glance without watching any of those episodes that they're all in and around, well, 2 of them are into the 80 to 100 degrees. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I didn't see the Fahrenheit there. They're all in and around those temps. So we know those temps, yes, verified by 3 sources. The durations are all very similar. 20 minutes is what we're looking at here. Again, frequency 2 to 7, 4 to 7, 4 to 7. We can see them being cross-referenced and they're actually very similar. Now, where they agree vs differs, so we're getting this differs, we're getting agreement as well. So if we want to be sure that we're doing the right thing, so in this top case here, the dry finish style sauna is the gold standard. Now, most people would think an infrared sauna is, because that's what's in the news, that's what's, you know, popular. But actually, based off of expert data here and expert recommendations, the infrared's not the one being recommended across all 3. It's a dry finish style sauna. That's huge. Again, we've got synthesized protocol for cardiovascular health and longevity. This, I mean, is incredible, all broken down for us. Then we've got individual breakdowns from Andrew Huberman, what the pod actually says. We've got Rhonda Patrick's in here. Peter Attia's in here as well. Again, synthesized protocol grounded in what was actually said. So based strictly on the pod's evidence base, the optimal protocol for cardiovascular health and longevity is this. We are getting a specific answer that is very specialized. It's very, again, specific. I'll say again, it's cross-referenced all of these different sources, and that's because we've given it access to their actual knowledge. This isn't made up. It's not searched on Google where, again, these voices have been enhanced or even exaggerated by many users clipping. It's what they're actually saying on actual podcasts, which is what my pod's all about. So this is incredible. You can see the differences here. It's night and day. And that's why when it comes to prompting for whatever it is you want to know, you need to be giving it grounded knowledge. And you can do that with Sumify. And again, the evidence here based off of these 2 prompts is absolutely staggering. This is how I use Claude now. I have pods for everything: email scripting, video scripting, business strategy, all of this stuff. Whenever I focus on a task that needs specialism, I find experts that I've followed for years and I add their content to these pods. If you're using Claude or ChatGPT every day and you're just prompting with nothing built behind it, no knowledge, you're leaving about 90% of the output on the table. This changes that for you. So if you want to do this for yourself, in the description, you'll find a link to Sumify, which is what I've used in this video. You can start for free. You can go and create your own pods now around the subjects you're focused on and watch the output level up dramatically. Or if you're lazy, you can also tap into our curated pods. We've curated a selection of pods on our pods page that you can add to your account in one click. That includes the health pod I've tapped into on this video today. One click, it's inside your account. Connect Claude or ChatGPT in around 60 seconds and you can start tapping into that knowledge right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got value out of this, hit like, hit subscribe for more content just like this. And of course, if you've got any questions, fire those in the comments. I read and respond to every single one. I'll see you in the next video.